Hi, welcome back to Graveyard Sisters. So today I'm in St Ninians kirkyard and I have been so excited to show this place to you. It is amazing. It's steeped in history and the gravestones are unreal. Look at that lovely gate and the entrance. So let's go in and have a look. Sun's out today, it is absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful graveyard this is. So while I'm here, we are going to go and visit a very historical grave, a grave of a Covenanter. If you don't know who the Covenanters were, either did I until about last week. History was never really my forte at school and I was never interested in it. But since I've started exploring graveyards, I've started to realise that it's not just what's on the stones. It's not just the design of the stones, it's the history of the people that were here. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to bore you with some history, so bear with me if you can. The Covenanters were members of a 17th century religious and political movement who signed a Presbyterian Church of Scotland. Who supported a Presbyterian Church of Scotland. They signed the National Covenant in 1638 to confirm their opposition to the interference by the Stuart Kings in the affairs of the Presbyterian Church of Scotland. The Stuart Kings had introduced the Book of Common Prayer to Scotland in 1637 to the fury and resentment of the populace. He declared that opposition to the new ligatry would be treason and thus became a period of severe repression, torture, imprisonment and executions. They had to pray in secret. If they were caught, they'd be executed. So we're going to visit the grave of a Covenanter, James Thompson of Tanhill. So he died in the Battle of Drumclog. His memorial stone is known locally here as Bloodstone or Bloodstain. And it's a myth if you insert your finger into the skull's mouth on the memorial, your finger will turn red with blood when you withdraw it. There's a red seam running through the Grave St stone, so that explains the myth. But apparently the legend scared a lot of children and people brought their children up and said stick your finger into the skull. And when it came out red, they were all terrified. It's not very nice. It's not very nice. So I'm going to try and link a lot of, things and information on this here. So you can go and read it for yourself instead of getting a history lesson from Leslie, who doesn't know how to give off history lessons. But this place is just, it's amazing. I've been here before and it is just amazing, absolutely amazing. So this old bell tower here, this is the ruins of a pre-Reformation church and it's probably been ruined since 1772. They've built a new church since then in the area. So enough of me going on and on. Let's look at some of the graves. Sacred to the memory of John Meikle, late farmer, who died the 6th of November 1867 aged 81, and of his wife Grace, and she died 1867 aged 71. And their daughter, who died the 14th of August 1827 aged 5. Susan, their daughter, who died in infancy. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord, erected by their surviving children. So there's graves from the 1600s, the 1700s in here. I could stay here all day. Look at this. I say that in every graveyard, don't I? I could stay here all day, but I honestly could. This one's illegible. Down here a little bit. There was one that I was actually reading and now I forgot where it is. It's not this one, but erected by Elizabeth Gray in memory of her husband, Nathaniel. And he died the 27th of October 1862, aged 64. Here is the interred corpse of Mary Mutter, daughter to John Mutter. She died 1807, aged 22 years. Look at this, guys. If you go on to, if you actually, want to know more about these graves, Find a Grave is great. If you put in St Ninians kirkyard, it will tell you a lot more about these. This is T and M. Look at the skull. 1720 something. It's hard to read. Look at this one, guys. Look at the skull. So the skull depicts, all the symbols on these gravestones do depict something. Skulls, I think it's basically death comes to us all. The hourglass is the passing of time. And the angels, I can't actually remember what they mean, and I know. So as we go along here, this one's M. As we go along here, and we're coming to the grave of John Thompson, who died in the Battle of Drumclog. Apparently the Battle of Drumclog was actually a success for the Covenanters, and there was only a few people who actually passed away, and John was one of them. Now it's going to be really difficult, but it's 1679 when John passed away. Don't know if it's coming up very well, is it? It's 1679. Apparently the stone was not erected at the time because it would have been destroyed because of who he was. So it was erected about 50 years after he actually passed away. Covenanter martyr. Amazing. Absolutely amazing history. So let's see what happens if I put here's the skull. Stick my finger in. Let's see what happens. Not a lot, but if you can see the red seam that's running through. Look at that. And it's a tabletop tune form as well, but it's illegible. It really is. It's illegible. We've got such a beautiful view from down here. There's the Avon River, but the last time I was here, it was just at the start of April, and the trees hadn't grown across as much, so the foliage is out, so you can't really see too much, but it is really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. And we have some geese friends over there. There's a farm right next to us. What a day we've got for it, guys. What a day. It's not really been that great lately. I've been waiting and waiting for a nice day, and I think I got it today. It's like a finger pointing to heaven maybe, and it's gone. I'm trying to show you, the older ones in here. So there is another grave from 1663, which we will get to. This is erected by Archibald Welsh in memory of his father William Welsh, who died 1854. And then there's William, who died 1901. His daughter, Rebecca, who died 1898, aged 25. And Bella was only 20. So this symbol here depicts what this person done for a living, and for the life of me I can't remember what it is. So if anyone knows, guys, any of these symbols, could you link them down in the comments? It would be so appreciated. Can you see the angel? It's just so peaceful. The only person that's disturbing the peace is me. Look at this one here, guys. And the love heart as well. Here an aeroplane. It's just the sense of peace in here is, look at that, the old bell tower. So there's about 400 monuments in here. Some are just a mess. Some are really good for their age. Tabletop tombs here. Look at this. It's a memory. You can see an aged 2 and 7 weeks. I kind of don't want to disturb the peace, I just want to let you look. Come down this way. I feel like I need to whisper now. It's not often you get me as quiet as this year. I'm a chatterbox. 1791. We've got this one here. I'll go down this way. So it's kind of hilly here. You need to watch your footing. Scared I'll end up going down a dip and disappearing. So we're just at the top of the hill. So let's walk down a little bit this way. As I say, guys, I can't read some of these obviously. I'm just going to read out what I can. Erected to the memory of a beloved and lamented wife who died as she had lived at peace with God, and she died in 1899. They didn't actually say her name. Going over here. Erected by George Pollock and Janet Wilson in memory of their son who died May the 1st, 1920, aged 9 months. 9 months only. How sad. The detail on these are amazing. We've got the skull and a crossbones here. And this is this one here. Look at this, guys. This is 1707. M and M. 1707. Look at that. This is this old bell tower. I'm actually going to take my handbag off because it's just dragging me down. There's no one in here at all, so I'm just going to put it down somewhere at the moment. So if I go along this way to show you the other part as well. See, I could do a video and it could last about 2 hours, and I think you'd have all fell asleep by that point, so don't want to do them too long. Just everywhere you look, guys, it's just amazing. I set off quite early this morning. It took me about 2 hours to get here. But it's worth it, it's so worth it. I'd love to read every single stone in this cemetery. That's everywhere I'm looking, I'm seeing skulls, crossbones. There's another one here, look. A little love heart. Unfortunately, we've got a pile of rubble here, which is very sad. I suppose it must be hard to fix something when it gets to that condition. The old bell tower. Let's go along here. Here we have a 1728, guys. Look at these in this here. What a beautiful spot, eh? Beautiful spot to be buried. So what I was thinking is, obviously I can't get round every one of them. So if you would like to see more and you would like me to come back, just let me know below. So we've got the book, 1722, the book, AC and MB. I think they only put initials in some of the graves back then. It was just a thing that they'd done, it was just the initials, so you didn't really know who. And this one here, and we have a 1727. So I'm going back over to the entrance again. The reason being is up here we have St Ninians old kirkyard, the grave site. This graveyard and church are thought to date back to the 5th century. It's the first stone house. The ruined 16th century kirk is the last in a series of churches here. A new parish church was built in Stonehouse in 1772 on New Street. This graveyard continued to use, but it wasn't spread from the horrors of body snatching. And it tells you, what the designs are. So I think the one, blacksmith, miller, shoemaker and gardener, carpenter, mason, and then there's the angels. Angel faces with wings, hearts and flowers represent immortal life in heaven. And this is this table stone has the earliest inscription, but there's also a triangular fragment from a medieval stone, and that dates to the 11th of 12th century, and it's the oldest in gravestone. I haven't found that one yet, sorry guys, but I'll keep looking. So again, my way just to show you that. There's so many gorgeous inscriptions. Just want to share them all with you. So maybe the next time I'll come, there's a bottom entrance. There's another graveyard if you go through the bottom entrance. It's very new, but I could maybe come in the bottom entrance, start at the bottom, show you all the graves there. So we're going to go round here. And we're going to find this one. So this was the graveyard that started me off on my graveyard adventures. My mental health wasn't very good, and I decided if I don't start getting out and doing things that I enjoy, then I'll regret it. So I got up one day and I came to this graveyard. Didn't really do much of a video on it. Someone down there. Didn't do much of a video on it. Just a couple. And I got some good feedback from an amazing graveyard explorer, Serenity Sue, on YouTube. If you haven't followed Serenity Sue, please go and follow her. And if you haven't followed Grave Visitations, please go and follow him too. I've left my handbag up there and there's someone behind me. So I'm kind of like, I'm heading back up to get my handbag. Look at that, guys. It's amazing. So yeah, it was this graveyard that Serenity Sue said, why don't you start your own channel? Never thought about doing that. But yeah, I was up really, really early this morning, so excited to come here. Just going to go and get... Last time I was here there was no one in it. So I just dumped my bag there. My handbag, I don't want someone grabbing it. Just in this little bit here, at the top, just so much. Erected in 1837 by John in memory of the millers east as their burying place. Williams, is that Williams? I'm not completely sure, guys. I could see this being quite a popular spot for people just to come in and sit. Look at the trees, the birds. The living memory of Robert Thompson, merchant, Stonehouse, who died the 15th of April 1889, aged 47, and Margaret Hamilton, wife of the above, who died at Cairnside, Cambuslang on the 27th of February 1947 in her 91st year. Right under this beautiful tree. It's at the other side of the bell tower. I have this one here. This is erected by James Jameson in loving memory of Bertha Cooper, his wife. She died 1883, aged 67. And John Jameson, their son, and he was 2. And Bertha, their daughter, and she died 1867, she was 17. And also James Jameson, their son, who died, another son called James Jameson, he was 22. And also of John Jameson, their son, who died 1886, aged 28. Grace Jameson, their daughter, and she was 36. Janet Jameson, their daughter, she was 28. And also the above James Jameson, and he was 83 when he died. But he had all that heartbreak to contend with. I couldn't imagine how sad. Thomas Hamilton. Hamilton's a very popular name in this cemetery. So we'll go down a little bit more then, I'll go onto the path somehow. I'm trying to find this grave. I done a short on it when I was last here. And this is the one from 1663. And I can't find it. What was it? Not Here we go. Here we are. We're here. You can see it. Yes. So he was a blacksmith. How cool is that? He departed this life. Oh, it could be 1724. The Brethren of Lord's Union 244 in memory of James S. Todd. He died in 1906. He was a blacksmith. That's so cool. Here it is here. So this is the one, this one's from 1663. And if you look at my shorts, there's a little short on it. But we'll, look at that, guys. How cool is that? And this is the burial place of James Hamilton, who departed this life, and it was 1651 he passed away. But it says 1663 here. And then I haven't read the other side, so body, it's very difficult. I can't really see a date round this side, but 1663 and 1651. I'm not really sure where that fragment of the old 12th century stone actually is. May have to just try and find that another day. So this is, don't know if you can tell, but this is so steep. Look at the butterfly. There's someone's around. Here lies the body of Helen Hamilton, daughter of John Hamilton and Janet Crawford. She departed this life on the 6th of May 1803, and she was only 3 years old. 3 years. Look at this. Look at the angel and the love heart with wings. Hugh. Does that say Hugh? Yeah, 1663 for this one. But he passed away. I'm wondering if that was when he was actually buried. Is it 1663, or maybe interred in here, maybe? So I'm trying not to roll down this hill, because I think he's with I know it's graveyard exploring, but this would turn into a comedy show if you see me rolling down here. So I am gingerly creeping. It's so steep, guys. Doesn't really, you can't really tell from here, but it's steep. So that's a half column, which means it's a life cut short. This person was probably young Alexander Hamilton, in loving memory of his brother and sister David, who died 1904, aged 29, and Mary, she was 15. And that's a life cut short when you see the half post like that. Hiya. Hiya. I can't see a date on this one, guys. It's just amazing. When I first came in here, I think I gasped. When I first came in here. I couldn't believe how amazing it is. Erected by William Hamilton, and he was a mason from Stonehouse, and he died 1859, aged 70, and his wife Elizabeth, and she was 77 in 1871 she died. Renewed by Robert Hamilton, grandson of the above, in memory of his son William, and William was killed June 1901, 9th of June, aged 21 years only. So sad. It's collided over a little bit more. know I did say I wasn't going to come down to this part here and just leave that for another day, but I can't help myself, guys. I just want to show you as much as I can today. Some of them are pretty sunken in. Looking around to try and figure out where that fragment would be. But it's hard to say when everything's on the ground. Things have fell over and can't really pinpoint. It's a bit of a mess here. I suppose that's just age, isn't it? So apparently it's got more lichen or lichen, not sure how you pronounce it, in this graveyard than any other graveyard in Scotland. So I'm not sure what this is. You know, it looks like a little coffin, but I'm not sure what that is. If anyone knows, let me know. James Laurie Farmer at Sidehead. Marion, she was 38. I can't really see when they passed though, no date to see. Here lies the body of Smith, son of John Smith and Janet Wilson, who departed this life on the 10th of July 1810, guys, aged 6 weeks. So sad. I don't know if you can tell now, that's the hill that I've just came down. It's easier to go up than down, I think. This one here. Amazing. So much history in one little place. I've came down now. I said I wasn't coming down as far as I said, but hey ho, I'm here now. So if you can put up with me for another few minutes, I'll go down and I'll show you the new graveyard. I won't do a video in here because it's very new. I'll give you a little peek. The scenery is stunning here. And this is the new, I think it's called Glebe, Glebe cemetery. Let's go back along here. I know there's a lovely little stone somewhere down here. I think it's got a love heart on it. Somewhere. Sure it had a love heart. Yeah, look, this is my favourite. I'll show you my favourite. This one. That's 1717 IW. And over here, this is my favourite. Look at this, it's so gorgeous. Yeah. Look at this. How beautiful is that? The way the moss is reclaimed, it just makes it even more nice. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Excuse me. I've got crossbones but no skull. Oh, Agnes Miller. Not sure the date though. Excuse me. I've got this one here too. The burial place of Thomas, I think it's Gray and Margaret, might be Patterson, and then family. No date on it though. Look at this one. Think it might be 1770. Think. Angel faces, and then the skulls. Look at the skulls. I'm a skull lover. I love skulls. These are just awesome. Erected by James A. Jameson, in memory of his father John Jameson, who died July 1813, aged 70, and also his mother Marion Hamilton, who died January 24th, 1814, and she was 69 years. She passed about what? The year. So yeah. So John passed away in July, and then Marion passed away in the January. Broken hearted. Skull. Not the skull, the angel. And then just go over here on the ground. Erected. I'm going to read this one because sometimes I think people overlook the ones on the floor, and this person still needs to be remembered. This was John Thompson, in memory of his parents. That was Margaret, and Margaret died in 1798. Rest in peace, Margaret. This one's 1809. Sorry, the lighting's not that great, I'm afraid. That's 1809. That was John Walker. And that takes me back up to the entrance up here. So I'm going to leave it at that today, guys, and if you want to see any more, just let me know and I will definitely come back and do another. I hope you all have an awesome weekend, and I hope the sun shines for you all. I'll just leave you with one last look of this beautiful graveyard, St Ninians kirkyard in Stonehouse. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Till next time, take care.